Hi parents, so I'm going to make a quick video of what you as a parent can look for and what I as a teacher am looking for when the student is working on IXL. So the skill of the week is often assigned by the teachers because we know that the child has notes that they can reference. So please have them refer to their notes that we've taken throughout the year for any help that they may need. Of course, if they don't have the notes or if they need additional help, please refer to your homeroom teacher for that assistance. Okay, so for example, right now my skill is antonym. Antonyms are opposites, so the opposite of strong would be weak. Now, if I look over here to the corner where I have my SMART score, I've already before previously told you guys to go ahead and look at your SMART score for reference. Now, in your SMART score, you want to see anything that is a 70 or higher in order for your child to receive a passing score. If that child has anything lower than a 70, that will be considered failing, and that will be the score that they receive. So if I leave my score at a 10, that will be my grade. Okay, so of course the child wants to keep getting them correctly for that score to be good. Okay, so if I have the word below, the opposite is above. So if I click it and submit, that score keeps getting higher. Okay, the more that you get correctly, the higher that score is going to go. Okay, if I answer something incorrectly, my score right now is a 28. If I get something incorrectly, for example, that score will go down. Okay, so that's why the child keeps having more and more questions. A lot of the parents are asking why it keeps going, because the more questions they get incorrect, the lower that score will be. So then that means they have to answer more questions in order to get that to 100%. Because even though they have answered some incorrect, can they still reach 100? Yes, as long as the percentage from correct to incorrect, of course, they have a higher correct answers. Now, if they get something incorrect, it does give them an explanation, so please have them reference their explanation. A lot of the kids just click right through it and they don't read the explanation to help them through it. Okay, now something that us teachers have access to in order to see how these kids are doing are the grades. Okay, now if I go to my scores and I look at what I have assigned for the week, for today or for the week, I'm able to filter this. I can see who is working. Ernesto Betran has already completed his skill for the day. For reading, he did 31 questions in 4 minutes. And then I'm able to see Anaridi as well. Very good. Now I can also go into the live feed, and I'm able to see what the student is working on currently. Their score based on how many questions they've answered and how many they've done correctly. Okay, so right now Anaridi is working on math, and Ernesto just completed the language arts, and it does give me live feed. Okay, so it tells me how many questions they've gone correct and how many questions they're getting incorrect. Okay, that is oftentimes why I'm able to give you guys videos. Okay, now if I go and show, for example, these are two students that I'm comparing. If I go here and I look at their SMART scores for their skills, here are the skills, and I'm able to look at all the skills in general, how many questions they've answered for each skill, and the amount of time they spent. Okay, so down here, if I look at student number 2, I'm able to see that on one day or on one skill they've worked for 6 minutes, which is okay because they received their 100% and they answered 39 questions. Okay, now down here, he worked for 2 hours. Okay, does he have to work at that long? No, but again, as long as they get a 70 or higher. Okay, now if I look at the student at the top, for 2 skills they received a score of a 9 and a 20. Okay, now if I go and reference their the time they spent, it was 2 minutes and 4 minutes respectively, and they answered 7 questions and 1 question. Okay, that is not ample time to receive a score of 70 or higher, so please make sure that your child is working for the appropriate amount of time and they are receiving a 70 or higher. Okay, 2 minutes, 4 minutes for 1 question, that tells me that the child logged in and pretty much answered 1 question and just let it run on its own for 4 minutes and didn't try anymore. So please make sure that they are working ample amount of time and get the 70 or higher. And again, if you have any questions, please let us know so we can get you that help. Okay, thank you.